Emma sat by a window in a small cafe in Lisbon, her laptop open and coffee steaming beside her. The Wi-Fi was fast, the sun was bright, and the air smelled faintly of sea salt and pastries. She wasn't on vacation, this was her classroom. As a digital nomad and English teacher, Emma taught students from around the world without ever setting foot in a traditional school. Her students were everywhere. A banker in Seoul, a teenager in Mexico City, a nurse in Nairobi. Every morning, her video calls connected continents. When she first began, the idea of teaching online felt uncertain. Could she build real relationships through a screen? Could students feel her encouragement, her laughter, her patience? But over time, she learned that human connection does not depend on walls. It depends on intention, curiosity, and listening. Her lessons were more than grammar drills or vocabulary lists. They were windows into different lives. One day she taught idioms through stories of travel. Another day she discussed cultural taboos in language. Every session was a small exchange of worlds, her English for her students' perspectives. Emma discovered that teaching online gave her freedom not just to move, but to grow. When she looked at her calendar, it wasn't filled with classrooms and bells. It was filled with time zones. Tokyo, Nairobi, Madrid, Vancouver. She learned to plan her day like an air traffic controller, crossing borders with a click. The rhythm of her life became global. Sunrise in one country, sunset in another. Yet what truly amazed her was how much English could unite people. In her global classroom, students used language not just to speak, but to dream together. Teaching while traveling wasn't always easy. There were mornings when the internet failed, afternoons when the cafe was too noisy, nights when loneliness echoed louder than her playlists. But Emma learned to adapt. When Wi-Fi disappeared, she taught through recorded lessons. When power cut out, she sent handwritten notes through email drafts. When she missed her students' laughter, she joined virtual meetups for teachers who lived the same wandering life. Through these challenges, she realized that flexibility was the true skill of a digital nomad. Not just technical skill, but emotional balance. Her favorite moments were spontaneous ones. Once, while teaching from a beach hut in Bali, she paused as a monkey ran across her keyboard. Her student in Germany burst out laughing. "Is that your teaching assistant?" he joked. The class turned into a lively discussion about animals, humor, and how to describe unexpected moments in English. Another day, she gave a lesson on expressing gratitude while sitting in a Paris park, surrounded by autumn leaves. She asked her students to write a short paragraph beginning with, "I'm thankful for," and was moved to tears when they shared their answers. A Syrian refugee wrote, "I'm thankful because English gives me a new future." That message stayed in her heart. For Emma, being a digital nomad was not just a lifestyle, it was a mindset. She wasn't escaping work. She was redesigning it. Each country she visited added a new rhythm to her teaching, a new metaphor to her lessons. Language, she told her students, is like traveling. You step into another world and learn how it feels to live there. The more she traveled, the more she understood that learning English was never just about speaking correctly. It was about connecting deeply with others and with oneself. After 3 years of teaching across continents, Emma decided to record her journey. She started a small blog called The Global Classroom, where she shared travel diaries, lesson tips, and stories from her students. The blog unexpectedly went viral. People were fascinated not only by her nomadic life but by how she made English learning feel alive and human. Soon, she was invited to speak at online conferences, where she inspired other teachers to embrace remote education. Her message was simple: education has no borders when the heart is open. One evening, while teaching a group of beginners from Brazil, Poland, and Vietnam, Emma asked them to describe their dream classroom. The answers were varied: a sunny library, a school under the trees, a classroom on a train. Then one student said softly, "My dream classroom is right here, with you and everyone from around the world." That sentence summed up everything she had learned. The classroom was not a place. It was a moment shared in trust and curiosity. As she closed her laptop that night, the sound of waves echoed outside her window. The world felt vast yet small, distant yet connected. Emma realized she wasn't just teaching English anymore. She was teaching connection, confidence, and courage. And somewhere out there, in every time zone, her students were doing the same, carrying their new words into conversations, friendships, and opportunities that would shape their lives.